Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, let's continue with spirits with spirits. It's still the same drink. I'm drinking Black Moon Gin because we still are in the shadow of the new moon. And this gin is made with smoked rosemary. So it's kind of a darker gin and it has a beautiful smoky flavor. And in case you didn't watch the other, I mixed it with soda water and a little touch of cranberry. And like I said, if you've had smoked turkey with a smidgen of cranberry sauce on top, oh, this is so good. It's so good. You've got to try it. I mean, you could do smoked vodka or like any kind of clear smoked with the cranberry, and then you get that, smoked turkey with cranberry. It's so good. So, anyways, we are going to talk about what does the rest of the royal family think of what's going on in Charles' family, right? Because it's only Charles' family that's causing the big issues. Andrew's probably sitting back snickering, like, well, yeah, now it's your turn, Charles. Like, your two boys, and they're bringing this to the royal family, and I suppose I don't know, but you know what I mean. So I just asked Diana to help us with our reading, with our spirits with spirits in the previous reading, and she spilled some beans. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. And I'm going to ask her for her take on what does the rest of the royal family think about what's going on. What's going on with Catherine? What's going on with the photo? What's going on with the merching? Like, what are they thinking? Are they rolling their eyes, or they could care less and say, Charles, that's your family, that's your problem? Is there Team Harry, Team William? What's going on? Let's see what Diana can tell us about what's going on with the rest of the family. How do they feel about what's going on? Are they embarrassed? Are they mad? Are they ignoring it? Let's see. Spirits with spirits. All right, Diana. With my Black Moon Gin. Cards are ready. Okay. The moon. They think everything is a reflection. And that's true. What one does is a reflection on all of them. It's an illusion, kind of, what's going on, right? Because the moon is an illusion that it's lit up. Now, this is actually, a lot of people don't realize, on the moon card is the lunar eclipse. It's when the moon covers the sun. And we've got one of those coming up here on March 25th. I wonder if they're saying, just wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till the next eclipse is coming, right? We got the party girl there. 9 of Cups in reverse. They might think it's a bit over the top. They might think it's a little bit gluttonous. What's going on? 9 of Wands in reverse. They're just as embattled. I think they're just as embarrassed, I want to say. It's just like, this has been going on long enough. 9s are, this is long enough. This is enough. This is enough. I'm full. I can't take any more. 8 of Swords in reverse. It's interesting because we saw the Beatrice and Eugenie, and we saw Princess Royal, and we saw Zara and Peter. They're all at that Chatham, is it? And they're all having a fabulous time. And I think so what we're seeing is here, we're not going to be shackled by this. We're embattled. We're embarrassed. I almost want to say, not my monkeys, not my circus, but in a sense it is. Because what happens is a reflection on all the royal family, right? When something happens, when the palace announces something, it announces something on behalf of the royal family. The universe in reverse. They also see there's no end in sight to this. They're like, there's no end to this. There's absolutely no end to this. We're embarrassed. We're embattled. This is excessive. Nine of Cups in reverse is excessive. This is somewhat gluttonous, the way they're battling out in the media. Interesting that they've decided that we aren't going to be victims of this. We aren't declaring ourselves victim of this at all. Actually, as a matter of fact, we don't even want to entangle with it. Eight of Cups in reverse. Interesting, 9 and then 8. And it's just like, oh, we're stuck with them. They're family. Like we're stuck with this. There's no way for us to walk away from this. We're stuck with it. Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I think we're going to see something very soon. Some kind of official announcement. Some kind of hasty official announcement. I don't know if it's from the palace or not, because I'm not getting the Hierophant. I wonder, this Knight of Wands too can be it could be Megan. It could be Megan making her announcement, because this Knight of Wands is looking at the Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups in reverse. I was just going to say, I wonder if there's some blaming on Diana. These are your boys, Diana. These are your boys, Diana. Get a hold of them. Get a hold of them. Interesting, this Ace of Wands showed up here because it did show up in the other reading that she's trying to turn things around. And the 10 of Wands in reverse. They just don't want to be burdened with this. We might see some kind of an announcement, an official announcement, something about Megan, maybe about like her merching, for example. That we don't agree with this, or what, maybe even like Zara coming out and saying, that's disparaging my grandmother. There's some kind of announcement that because we have, look at all the wands, something that they're passionate about, something that they're going to come out with some kind of fresh news. And it'll relieve a lot of burdens of them. The 10 of Wands in reverse, that's burdens that you carry. Sometimes those burdens aren't even yours, but they're burdens that you carry, but guilty by association. That's what I'm getting. And I think we're going to see some kind of separation from that, whether it's an official announcement, because this is just a page, and we have an Ace of Wands, or a subtle announcement about distancing themselves from this somehow. I don't know what they could say or what they could do. What's the underlying here? 4 of Swords. Yeah, you know what? Ace of Swords. I think someone's going to spill some kind of truth somehow. Oh, it's going to be Beatrice. I just did a reading, and this Queen of Wands in this deck is Beatrice. It's going to be Beatrice who says something. 7 of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. I think we're going to see the family. I don't know if it'll be an official statement, or, pushed out to the media. Because sometimes, I know the internet card is the Page of Swords, but sometimes the Page of Wands can be announcement in the media. I think we're going to see something about the liars and making them look very foolish, extremely foolish. It's like, you look at this Queen of Wands is like bonking this on their head. 7 of Swords in reverse are lies that are exposed, lies and strategies that are exposed that make you look really foolish, Really, really foolish. And Beatrice here has truth on her side. She has truth on her side. Especially here, this Queen of Swords. Man, I wouldn't want to deal with a Queen of Swords in reverse. This is contracts that are broken. This is the Queen of Swords makes contracts, makes wills, makes contracts, makes leases, your mortgage, anything kind of legal that has to do with words. And when she's upright, then it's a good contract. It's good for everybody. She makes sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Very thorough, very exact. This is your marriage certificate. This is anything, birth certificates. When it's in reverse, those contracts are undone. And I'll tell you, she can have the sharpest tongue in the drawer. And I think we're going to see some contracts cut. I think we're going to see, and it's interesting because the other reading was William doing things that stop Megan in her track. He's going to destroy her. He's absolutely going to destroy her. So something they are definitely, this even could be Princess Royal, although she's supporting William and Catherine. I don't think she wants to get involved in any of this. I think we're going to see some ties cut, something cut. This Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, we're going to see somebody kicked out. We're going to see, sometimes Eight of Pentacles can be somebody who's a master at what they do. And sometimes that can be like a politician, right? He's been in office for hundreds of years and he knows the ins and outs of all the laws and everything. Because we have the kick out card here, the Five of Pentacles right next to it. This could be somebody, for example, who is, operating executive at the IRS, for example, or something like that. And because there's something here to do with money, something absolutely to do with money. And we have the Page of Pentacles here. And she's got a smirk on her face. And then the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I think there's going to be some kind of, I think they're working maybe with the palace, how to word this, how to legally do this. And that's why we have the Pentacles here and the Pentacles here. So that's why I'm thinking this is somebody who really knows their stuff, is going to be able to somehow cut out the troublemakers, and maybe leave them with just a little bit, but it won't be enough to do what they're doing because the Wheel of Fortune here is in reverse. So somehow they leave them with something, some kind of seed. So it's probably the titles. But in some respect, there's going to be some kind of contract about how they make money. So whether that's a politician that steps in, because we don't have the lawyer cards on here. We don't have the King of Swords. We don't have Justice on here. So I don't think it's the lawyer cards. I think it's somebody at the palace who has, like I said, somebody who controls what you can say about royals, for example, right? Or how you can use your titles. Look at his hand on there. He controls how masterfully you can use those kind of things. Look at that. And the clock agrees with me. And I think one of them is going to approach the palace. I think it's going to be Beatrice approaches the palace and says, can we just cut this out because it's reflecting on us. It's badly reflecting on us. It looks like we don't care. You can party and sell alcohol. You can sell whatever you want with the royal name, and it's reflecting badly on all of us. And there's no end in sight to it. And the king won't do anything. But you know what? Fine, sir. Fine. You know, I don't even know what the position would be. You can control who uses the money. What about, the contract they used for the Megxit? And yes, they were allowed to keep they are allowed to keep their titles. What can we change about that? So that's how the royal family feels. They feel like they need to release a burden. It is burdensome to them. They are trying to carry on with life. They know it's kind of stuck in reflecting on them. I think Beatrice is going to take charge, and I think that will be the catalyst that maybe even William asks her, Beatrice, I've got so much on my plate. You know, why don't can I hand this project to you, and that will be your first step into being a working royal. I can actually see that really happening. I think they're going to leave Meghan and Harry something with this Page of Pentacles. They're going to say, well, you're still Duke and Duchess. You're still, Prince and Wicked Witch of the West. You still have that, but you're no longer HRH. You're no longer, you can't use the titles. They're your titles, but you can't use them in any commercial endeavor, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're still the Duck and Duchess of Sussex, but that's all. When you're in the UK, you can't take those titles outside the UK, or something like that. Wouldn't that be sweet? But they're working on something. The royal family's working on something. They want to distance themselves from this circus. Interesting, Charles didn't show up. Uh, William the Chariot didn't show up. Harry the Hermie didn't show up. The only one who showed up here was Meghan as the Knight of Wands. And as I explained before, she's the Knight of Wands in my eyes. She's not the Queen of Wands. She's not a queen. She's not queen material. Yes, she is a wand, but she does not deserve the queen persona. She's not loyal. She has no integrity. She's not an entrepreneur. She's not a good wife. So none of the attributes to the queen, but the attributes to the Knight of Wands. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm just here to get what I can. You know, nice knowing you. Thanks. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. What can I get out of this situation? That's her persona right there. The Knight of Wands. She's not the Queen of Wands. She's the Knight of Wands. She's so far from the Princess Royal, who is a Queen of Wands. So far from her, and even Beatrice. So far that there's no way she's the Queen of Wands at all. She's the Knight of Wands. Sometimes the Knight of Swords. Attack, attack, attack. So that's what the royal family's doing. They're working on something, and I think we're going to see an announcement soon, saying something that they're, not specifically from the royal family, maybe from the palace, that they, cease and desist from using your titles, kind of thing, for merching. I think we're going to see something like that very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I sure appreciate you. And thank you to everyone who has bought me a wine. And like I said in the other one, I will find myself a fancy bottle of wine, and we'll have spirits with that wine. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed this. What do you think is going on? Take good care. See you online. Bye for now.